it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another fragrance category ranking video, and this time it's going to be with florals and white florals. I've been doing a few fragrance ranking videos on different scent categories, and I just have a bunch of random samples that I've picked up, that I've purchased, that I've gotten for free, and I wanted to start developing my fragrance nose and figuring out what notes are my favorite, which fragrances I actually want to get a full size of. So I've been going through all my fragrances, categorizing them, and putting them in an order of my least favorite to my most favorite. And it's been a real learning experience and has taught me a lot about which notes I really like and which notes I don't. This is another video in the series, and this is focusing on florals that aren't specifically rose or earthy leaning. This is the more floral and white floral leaning fragrances. I have 7 in the floral category, 13 in the white floral category. So quite a few to go through in this video. Let's get started with the florals. These categories are not set in stone. Like, you could definitely argue with me on which fragrance should go in what category, but to me these didn't quite fit in any of the other floral categories, so they just kind of lumped them all in here. My first fragrance at number 7 is from Philosophy, Amazing Grace. This is the traditional Amazing Grace. It's just the regular one, and it's definitely a very classic sort of clean scent, but does have a lot of floral notes in it to me. And the top notes are bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin. Middle notes are freesia, jasmine, and rose, and the base notes are musk. I don't think of this one specifically as very rosy. I definitely at first smell a lot of freshness to it. I remember smelling the scent in lotions and body washes many years ago. This was very popular for like giving as gifts. I'm kind of over the scent, to be honest, but it does bring back a lot of memories for me. Number 6, I have Diptyque Fleur de Peau. Peau. This also has a freshness to it. So the top notes are pink pepper, bergamot, aldehydes. The middle notes are iris, Turkish rose. The base is musk, amberette, carrot, ambergris, sandalwood, and leather. I definitely get a leathery vibe in this as well. It's like fresh leather and some floral in there. It's not a bad fragrance. I don't really know why I put this at number 6. I'll have to rethink this one. You know what? Sometimes we rank things differently depending on the day. I don't know if you guys ever feel like that. At number 5, I have BDK Parfums Bouquet de Hongrie. This one's actually really sweet smelling to me. This one's a little bit much of a floral for me personally. It's very feminine. The top notes are pear, strawberry, and cassius. Middle notes are Turkish rose, jasmine, lovina. Base notes are musk, cedar, and amber. It grows on you a little bit as it dries down. It smells like a pretty spring bouquet that you would see in someone's rich apartment. Number 4, I have Etat Libre the Orange, Exit the King. I bought this one as a sample specifically because I heard a lot about it. I've seen it on different websites, and it didn't come in my sample kit, so I bought it separately. And I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought it would be a little bit more exciting, but you'll have to let me know what your thoughts are on this one. Yeah, I kind of smell that soapy top note, so I should have mentioned this at the top of the video. I'm getting my descriptions from Fragrantica, which is like the fragrance note encyclopedia online, so it's not exactly perfect. But the top notes in Exit the King are soap, aldehydes, musk, pink pepper. Middle notes are jasmine, rose, lily of the valley. Base notes are moss, patchouli, sandalwood, and ambroxan. I'm getting some patchouli. I actually don't know if this belongs here. I'm getting a little bit of floral. I mean, it's interesting. I put it at the middle of the pack because I don't like hate it. I don't think it's the worst of these florals. I think it's just not what I expected at all. Number 3 is from Burberry, My Blush. This is totally a random sample I got. So this is very commercial. It's Burberry, but it smells really sweet and I like it. Yeah, really like I don't know if this belongs in the fruit category, but I do smell a lot of flowers in here. The top notes are pomegranate and lemon, middle notes are apple, rose, and geranium, and the base notes are wisteria and jasmine. I could see a really young person wearing this. Like, it's very, like, typical sweet floral poppy, like fresh and clean and like perky. Number 2, Viktor & Rolf Flowerbomb. I think I got a full size of this duty free in 2012. That was like years after it came out. Like, I was really late to the game, but I really loved it, and it still smells really good. Top notes are tea, bergamot, osmanthus. Middle notes are orchid, jasmine, rose, freesia, orange flower. Base notes are patchouli, musk, and vanilla. I think I smell a lot of vanilla, but also a lot of floral, and the combination is just a classic, I think. Number 1 is Burberry Her, and that's because this is, to me, is very close. Some of the top notes are very close to Parfums de Marly de Lena. It's not quite the same. Actually, it's not the same at all. But there is a few cotton candy notes at the very beginning while it's still drying down that smell very similar to Delena. It's very sweet, but very floral, very feminine. I think you just have to smell it. This is a very popular fragrance. This is a little mini size, but the full bottle also has kind of this off-center cap. It's just, I think, also a classic, but kind of candy-like. The top notes are strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, sour cherry, so very fruity. This could also go in the fruit category. Also in the top notes are blackcurrant, orange, and lemon. Middle notes are violet and jasmine. Base notes are musk, vanilla, oak moss, patchouli, cashmere, and amber. I think if you're young, you're gonna like Burberry Her. Not that I'm saying that I'm young. I think as I get older, I will dislike this more, though, because it's a little bit too much sweet, especially at the beginning. It's like a lot. I think as I get older, you get a little bit more away from those super sweet scents that you might have found really attractive before. That is my list for florals. Now let's get into white florals, which I have to say is one of my favorite fragrance categories. 13 white florals to get through. Starting with number 13, I have Marc Jacobs Daisy. This is a very popular fragrance for many years. I think it's pretty, like, crowd pleasing, but not super exciting. The top notes are violet leaf, blood grapefruit, strawberry. Middle notes are violet, gardenia, and jasmine. Base notes are musk, white woods, and vanilla. I guess I don't really smell like the jasmine or the white florals that much. I think it just kind of smells very boring and clean. So that's number 13. Number 12, I have Dior Jadore. Another very popular fragrance. This one smells a lot more sophisticated to me. Also a little bit boring. Top notes are pear, magnolia, peach, mandarin, bergamot. Middle notes are jasmine, lily of the valley, tuberose, freesia, rose, orchid, plum, violet. Base notes are musk, vanilla, blackberry, cedar. I think there's a lot going on in here, and it's all kind of muddled. It smells good, but like also I cannot pick out a lot of these notes. Number 11, I have Etat Libre d'Orange. Yes, I do. This is supposed to be like a bridal fragrance. I don't know, right now I'm not really getting a lot of white floral from this at all. Even though it has lily, jasmine, marshmallow, orange blossom, musk, cocoa, amber, and patchouli, it doesn't smell that great to me. Number 10 is Louboutin Loubikiss. Now I'm starting to smell my very heavy white florals. Top notes are jasmine, middle notes are tuberose, base notes are musk and woody notes. Now I'm starting to get my more familiar tuberose smell. It's really easygoing. It's not super strong. It's nicely blended. Loubikiss is, you know, on the feminine side, but if you're into white florals and you're looking to buy something from Louboutin, I think this is the most white floral heavy one, Loubikiss. if you guys are curious or comparing those other fragrances in the Loubi World collection. Number 9, I have Tocca Florence. I got this kind of deluxe size sample from like a Sephora perfume set, and I was like immediately blown away by this because of like the tuberose in it, gardenia. It's very, very strong. And the top notes are pear, apple, bergamot, grapefruit. Middle notes are gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, violet, iris. Base notes are musk and white woods. I think for me, I would like, since I've smelled other great tuberose white floral fragrances that are also very heavy, when I'm comparing it back to this one smells less refined. It does smell a little less expensive, but at the end of the day, I think it still smells good. I would still wear it. It's just kind of powdery a little bit in there that I would prefer to be less powdery, and that it kind of makes it fall flat to me when I compare it to others like this. Number 8, Maison Francis Kurkdjian Amryis pour Femme. This is a very powerful, strong floral scent that is a little bit too much for me. The top notes are lemon and orange, middle notes are amyris and iris, base notes are vetiver, musk, and amber. So this has amyris in the name, so I'm thinking that's the note that makes me want to sneeze. And it's just overpowering for me. It's not a bad note, it just kind of overpowers everything else in it, I think. So not my favorite from MFK. Number 7, I have Diptyque Du Son. This one I really like. Even though it's kind of in the middle of the pack, I think if I were to buy a large size Diptyque fragrance, this would probably be the top contender because I love light florals, and this is kind of a nice clean one. I really enjoy Du Son. Top notes are African orange flower, iris, and rose. Middle notes are tuberose, pink pepper. Base notes are benzoin and musk. This has more of a balance and a little bit more easygoing, not as powdery as Tocca Florence. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Du Son. Next I have number 6, BDK Parfums Tubereuse Imperiale. This one feels very vanilla-y, like very kind of a sweet white floral. I think it's mostly sweet, especially as it's drying down more than that floral. It's not my favorite tuberose scent, but I appreciate how vanilla-y it is. Top notes are geranium, rose bay, willow herb. Middle notes are Indian tuberose, ylang ylang, jasmine, and iris. Base notes are vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cashmere, incense, patchouli, and cypress. Yeah, I think the more incensey base notes are also coming through. That for being named Tubereuse Imperiale, I think the Imperiale kind of leans to that incensey vanilla vibe. But it's not like overpoweringly tuberose, which I find kind of funny for it being in the name. Number 5, I have Tom Ford Tubereuse Nue. This one came out this year. I like it. I really like it. I think tuberose is one of my favorite notes. I've learned through this whole fragrance process that I've been going through. And this one, I don't want to say soapy. I think I'm also smelling a lot of lily, maybe. There's another note in here that's also really strong. It's a nice one. I don't know that I would buy it because I've smelled other fragrances that I would want to buy instead that are white floral. But the top notes are jasmine, lily, Sichuan pepper. Middle notes are tuberose, benzoin, styrax, and cacao. Base notes are musk, suede, tonka, and oud. I kind of say soapy, but maybe I mean powdery. Like, I really enjoy this scent. I would definitely wear it. Like, if you gave me a bottle, I would wear it, but there's something about it that's not quite hitting the right note for me. But I like it overall, I guess. Number 4, I have Nasamotto Narcotic V. Or Narcotic Venus. I used to really like this. I don't know if this sample's been sitting in the sun. I think it has. I used to was like, oh, I gotta get this fragrance because it's so strong, it's so feminine, very, very, you know, white floral. I don't know if it hasn't aged well. I'm not loving it as much as anymore, but it is my number 4 spot. It doesn't have that soapy powderiness, even though it has lily in it. So there's tuberose, jasmine, lily, and spices. I think I like it. It's just strong floral. It's a little bit basic, but it's very strong. So I like that. All right, here we go. Top 3. Number 3, I have Frederic Malle Carnal Flower. I know this is a popular one. And I think for good reason, because it's starting to now, like, this brand, now that I've smelled it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. This smells like real flowers. And when you start turning that corner into fragrances that last longer and are strong, project well, and they smell like nature, more like nature than these like mimics of nature, you're like, oh, this is better. And Carnal Flower is really good. I think it's a little bit sickening. And white florals can get that way. So I wouldn't use this every day, and I would be careful about using it in an office where people are a little bit more sensitive, because it's a little bit of that like white floral, like super white floral. But I love it, you know what I mean? Like, I like that kind of sickening part of white florals. So the notes are tuberose, eucalyptus, jasmine, coconut, orange, ylang ylang, melon, white musk, and bergamot. If you haven't smelled anything from Frederic Malle, I haven't until recently. I bought a few samples. This would be one of the ones I would want to get a larger size of for sure. Number 2, I have Child, and I believe they only have one perfume, Child perfume. This is a really good one, and I think I picked this one out as a sample to get, because I heard a lot of people like this one. I think this is like a classic white floral mixture that it just smells familiar. Like, I don't know if I've actually smelled anyone that smells like this, but it's a familiar scent, if that makes sense. The top notes are lilac, magnolia, vanilla, and citrus. Middle notes are jasmine, tuberose, violet. Base notes are musk, woods, mimosa, and rose. It's a lovely, classic white floral scent. I wouldn't say it smells like particularly like real flowers, but it smells like a really beautiful perfume. Number 1, Frederic Malle, Liz Mediterranean. This, another one that smells exactly like flowers, like not fake flowers, but real flowers. Also a strong one, but so beautiful. Top notes are seawater and ginger. Middle notes are lily, lotus, angelica, orange. Base notes are musk and vanilla. You'll notice there's not tuberose in here, which I find kind of funny. But this is Lily of the Valley. It's a lily scent, and I don't know why, but I prefer it over Carnal Flower. I didn't realize I liked lily that much, but this one is really beautiful. Like, if I were to have a diffuser in my bathroom, I want it to smell like this. Like, this to me works as, even though it's strong, I would put in my perfume, but I know lily is not everyone's thing. I don't think they have like a lot of ancillary products in this fragrance from Frederic Malle. I don't know that they have body washes or hand soaps or anything like that. I think they just have the fragrance. But if they did, I'd probably buy that stuff, because I love it. But that rounds out my top 13 white florals. Let me know what you guys think about my choices. If you disagree, please comment below. If I'm missing anything from my collection that I need to try in these categories, also comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.